So, for
We're
this
live.
first one, go ahead and take anything from 0 to 2 in terms of the tier. And we will do try and do an asymmetric thing here, and all of you guys trying to kill me.
Sounds good.
What are you gonna be using?
Something that's a little bit tougher than that.
Your tier 5?
I don't know, Zach was saying that he wanted to do a take down the Juggernaut scenario, so I feel like this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably get trashed.
So you say that.
Of course I do.
I legitimately have no idea how to change my ship, because I did that one practice battle between the two of us.
There should
At
be
the bottom, you'll have all your ships. You just click on one of them, and then
It's entirely
you're
possible
ready.
Tyler only has one ship right now.
No, I have
That is
3
also
ships. They're approximately identical.
You probably start with the 3 0-level ships. The 3 of them.
This one?
Mute that. There we go. That'll be hilarious to look over on my other screen for. Also, Tyler, you're not streaming the full of your window. You're cut off from like the top left corner.
Neat. Is it awkwardly cut off, or is it like...
Yeah, so everything right of undistributed players is cut off, and everything south of the that box is cut off.
Alright, that's okay. I have the technology to fix this problem.
I am trying to figure out how to get you guys voiced on my stream. Thought I had it, but I guess not.
Okay. Huh. I have no idea how to get it to update. I changed the setting.
Do you have to...
Stop again. I've literally never had to change this setting before. Everything else just works.
I've never paid that much attention to it.
Well, usually it's not cut off weird like this.
Yeah, well, like I said, normally it just, like, fits
Yeah.
to the screen properly, so... Maybe
I
it's because I'm
know-
on a weird resolution.
Yeah, I know that the resolution settings in this game were a little weird.
And after pretty much every one of the updates for it, I've always had to go back in and readjust my screen size, because it always starts with stuff cut off and whatnot, so I'm like, fuck. I have to remember which one it is.
There we go. I think I have fixed it.
That fixed it.
I've only been doing this for like a year and a half. It's fine.
Well, and it's not like we're doing it all the time, so... Alright, you guys, you ready to go?
Yeah,
Ready,
probably.
ready.
As we're gonna be.
I'm ready to die horribly.
Oh, you'll
Remember,
probably
there's
be
more than
fine.
us. There's more of us than there are of him. Ramming speed.
Okay, don't ram.
Why not? It's a viable tactic.
Yeah, so that sounds like the words of someone who doesn't, or who would lose a ramming.
That's because of how ramming works in this game.
I mean, I'm not exactly sure how ramming works in this game. Never actually tried it.
If you run into another ship, an enemy ship, it's an auto kill.
It just does a lot of damage.
Alright, so it's the Chester, the Albany, and 2 Hashidates versus the USS New York. This is gonna go really badly for me, I think.
I'm hoping
I'm-
so.
I'm very glad. I was a little afraid that it was gonna drop bots in on my team.
mean, I'm not so much afraid of bots as I am of, you.
Well, the thing is, like, adding bots to it with the already greater, theoretical greater firepower that I have over you guys would just be, like, blatantly unfair. Whereas I think 1v4, it's probably still even.
This is also a
Well, I mean,
territory
if you
control
had bots,
thing,
we
right?
would.
What, Tyler?
This is also a territory control thing, right? So
Yeah.
Only because I couldn't turn it off.
that
Oh
might
yeah,
actually
Tyler,
give us
if
an
you hold
advantage.
right click, you can free look without aiming your guns.
Alright, now
The
where
only
are
problem
all
with
of you
trying to get
hiding?
the territories is it takes so long to claim one, and he doesn't have to get his bar all the way up. He just has to kill us all. So if we split up into territories, he'll just pick us off one by one.
Unless he's too slow, which is what I'm banking on.
He's probably faster than us with his engine upgrades.
But we probably have better maneuverability.
I unfortunately don't know who any of the people I can see are.
If you look at the mini-map,
Yep, there are
I mean,
people.
all
it
those
doesn't
people
say
are
who's
on.
who.
I'm hard
So if I
left.
go, I need help, he's not gonna go know which blob to go to. Though he will show up on the mini map, I believe, if one of us sees him.
So what's our strategy as we're discussing out loud so that Zach can hear? Are we going to gang up on him, or are we going to try to split up and take territories?
100%.
Squadron
As soon as somebody makes contact, everybody makes a beeline.
I think
not
he's
en-
near C7.
Do not engage one-on-one.
Okay, maybe not 7. Maybe that's more like... Oh! I was almost exactly right.
Yep, there he is.
You guys have spotted me?
Yep.
Huh.
Don't directly engage him.
The small
ramming
ships have
speed.
high concealment.
Well, it's also probably because I fired.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I don't have range on him. Okay, now I have range.
Can I come remotely close to hitting him?
I mean,
Almost. Almost.
Oh, that's...
Do you have aircraft? Is that what that is?
What, my spotting plane?
Yeah.
You can put those down.
Just hold still over there real quick for me.
Oh no! Ow, 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 ow.
You didn't need that gun anyway.
This map is so big. I think I'm going to accidentally capture this area just trying to get to Zach.
Hey, there's another guy over there.
This is literally
Ah!
just... Aha! That was literally just me cutting through the shortest part of the circle. Well, if Zach doesn't get into C soon...
Ow!
I'm trying to help.
I mean, I'm not gonna be in this very much longer. I can't steer either. Oh, I'm dead.
Come.
Wow, you're a lot smaller over there.
Nice hit right there.
Okay, this is a little bit less even than I thought it was going to be.
I'm pretty sure your
I
guns
mean-
are the size of our boats.
That
Also, the
and,
fact
like,
that most of the tier 1 maps are way smaller than the larger maps like this.
I'm
because
not
the
even
boats-
thinking that. I'm thinking Zach has somewhere around the range of 80,000 health, which is more than double all of ours put together.
I don't have 80,000 health.
And I'm out.
I have 49,000 health.
Just half that. It's fine.
You set me on fire.
Yeah, one shot almost kills him, I'm assuming. I guess we'll find out here in a minute.
These days I'll get in range. Maybe?
Oh, well, yep, no, I went down in
One volley.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I was trying to get behind a rock.
I saw that. It was rallying to
Okay,
them.
this is gonna be a while. Ed, just wait right there while I get my guns around.
Come on, castle shot!
What are you lobbing at me anyway?
High explosives.
Do you have armor piercing? Although you are dinking off my HP right now.
Ed is currently at full health. One hit will take him down.
No. He had triple your health.
You're forgetting, this is the special commemorative thanks for being in the military boat. Way to go.
The destroyer?
Part of me really wanted to say, so it's a piece of shit.
I mean,
Well, in this game,
It
they
would be accurate.
They're all extremely expensive. The special boats.
You hit the buoy.
that was half my health.
And you're on fire.
Well, I mean, for what it's worth, now I have to wait 30 seconds for my guns to reset. Four turrets. How? I think you killed one of my anti-aircraft
Yep.
guns.
Oh, is this it?
Wow. I missed.
You didn't.
You dinged
just.
him.
Yeah, you barely didn't hit. Or I guess you barely hit.
I guess that's true enough.
He took damage.
Well, it gave me a little marker. It was like, hey, you did something. Do you have torpedoes, Ed?
No, that would be nice.
Oh, still alive. Somehow.
You're outside of the range of my secondary battery.
Yeah, that's not unintentional.
Although I don't actually control that.
Yeah, no. I am fairly certain that you're, oh, sweet. Penetration. Good game. Good game.
Valiant effort.
I honestly thought that was going to be more even.
I'm gonna step up a category, I think.
I mean,
I don't
if you
think
got-
I can.
I
Yeah,
can't.
you need experience to go up. So I honestly thought there was going to be a bit more. What the hell is this?
This might be a little more even.
Oh, are you running out of? Do you have a battleship you are also going to run out?
I mean, I have a tier 3 battleship that I'll use, and then if that doesn't work, I can pull out my tier 4.
And I'm also here.
Do you have a
Same.
torpedo boat, Tyler?
No.
Nope.
No? Okay.
I thought the original ones I thought they had torpedoes.
Nope.
They have a main battery, and that is it.
I don't know where this ship came from, if I'm honest.
The heavens. Or so it seemed, that fight.
It appears to have come from Germany?
Kind of neat. This one?
Or France?
This is
One of the two.
France. Oh. Oh.
Alright, new plan. Everybody form a nice tight convoy.
So that we can be all wiped out in a row.
Well,
One volley, 3 ships down.
see, when the ship is sinking, it can still stop incoming fire. So,
The ship only had
hide
2
behind the
guns.
corpses of your allies.
Okay.
I'll be the tank. You guys try to deal damage.
This is a really wonky looking ship.
It doesn't tell us who our allies are, either.
Alright,
I see a boat. I know that it's an ally, but that's it.
I'm the big boat.
I am also a large boat.
Oh no, I'm the big boat.
I'm the one to your port.
Oh. Oh, no, Chris is the big boat. I see this.
Chris is the South Carolina.
That I am, yes. Mine has the 2 lines through it. That's how you can tell which one's me, at least.
One starboard or the one center?
Of what?
There's 3
Of the
boats.
group?
I'm the one with 4 smokestacks and sails, it looks like. Are those
Does the sail? I don't think it has sails on it.
those might be radar posts. Now
don't-
that I zoom in closer.
I
They
don't
just
think
look
the
like-
radar posts either, because that's the St. Louis. I think is before radar.
It might be radio then, just plain straight radio.
Yeah, radio would make sense because I know
Yeah.
that the prototype radar sets were on. I think the first couple of them that carried them. I think Lexington had one of the first radar sets.
Tyler, is that you all the way out at front?
It is.
Yes.
It seems like a bad idea.
That's not terrible. This is actually a pretty good convoy configuration.
I figure I'm expendable so I can act as a scout.
Well, it's an awfully good thing that I'm playing a convoy raider. I was a little bit sad I didn't quite get to the Colorado because I thought that might be fun since obviously we're all based in Colorado. And I haven't had the opportunity to run around with the 16-inch guns.
Is this everyone that was joining us tonight, or is there another one or
nobody
2
else
that's going to be?
Nobody else has said anything. I don't have any messages. Compy said that he might,
Somebody's in C. There we go.
but to check that later.
There he is.
Autopilot mode enabled.
Can you ping the map?
I'm going camera, and I've got bad maneuverability, so don't let me run you over.
Reporting the target position. Autopilot mode disabled.
Hey, we've done more damage to them this game already.
Well, this one, I would not be surprised if you guys killed me.
I'm cutting starboard. Don't hit me.
Because, for one thing, like, I've never used this one, but this is a battle cruiser
Aha!
as opposed to a battleship.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, we might actually do it this time.
Trying to sink the Dunkirk. No! Huh?
Ow! 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 Ow!
Armor-piercing rounds to the Citadel. Reload! I need to take another one with me! Come on, am I gonna have the time? I'm on fire.
I got one last volley off.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Now, is the fire going to sink me?
Our hopes and dreams are basically on you, Ed.
The fire is out! Come on.
Ooh.
That hurt.
Oh, so
High five.
close!
Whoever shoots the next good volley wins. Oh,
Yes!
Woo!
that was close.
The secondary battery is what killed Kevin and Tyler. I never even fired at you guys.
Yeah, and it took me out in like 2 volleys. It was silly.
If Tyler could get, we only have 4. Isn't that what it is to do like actual battles?
There are 5 of us.
That is correct. There are 5 of us.
And to do the actual battles, it has a maximum party size of 3.
Oh, that makes no sense at all.
Yeah, I don't know. But when I looked it up, that was what it said.
I mean, knowing what I know about this game, that makes total sense. But
Like, you can run, what's it called? Actual, like, divisions in the games of greater or less than.
right, but they can't all be on the same party for some reason.
Okay, so we're going to, unless you guys want to take another whack at that, we'll mix things up a little bit and make it more of a standard game. It's still going to be a little bit uneven just because of the fact that there's
5 of us.
5 of us. Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like whichever team has the extra man gets Tyler and his level 1 ship.
Well,
Kevin
Or
has
me
the
and my
exact
level
same
1
ships. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
yeah, because they have played none of this game.
Ah, okay.
And we're not getting experience for these matches, so...
Nope, unfortunately. That was super close. I honestly was fully expecting to have died.
So are we trying again, or?
Yeah, we can try one more time.
All right. So we will try and sink the Dunkirk again.
Oh, he can't see what we're using, can he?
No, I have it
Not
set so
until it
that
starts.
I have it set so that it's hidden.
Did you upgrade it here, Chris?
I didn't.
Ed did.
What? That wasn't given away by what I was saying.
No, it literally just popped up. Ed is running the battleship Miyogi.
Yep. Charge!
We who are about to die salute you.
Alright, I've got a plan.
I forgot
That's
how
always a dangerous statement.
slow larger ships are.
Yes.
Well, you know what that means, Ed. All you gotta
These would-
do is spend a lot of time playing through the game, or pay out way more money than it's worth to buy the battleship Iowa. Because that fucking thing has a top speed of 33 knots.
I mean, honestly, I'm working up the Japanese ladder.
When I was going through it, I'm generally splitting between the Japanese one and the American one.
But I want a Yamato.
Why would you want a Yamato? It doesn't do anything and sinks immediately.
But then, like 100 years later, it goes to space and shoots a giant wave motion cannon.
No, they have to rebuild a new one because the other one, the actual Yamato, is on the bottom in about 16 pieces. Because its magazine exploded.
I mean, just because the magazine was larger than some cities.
It's highly flammable, like the entire city of Tokyo.
I think it had both. I think it had multiple magazines explode when it sank. Because there were multiple explosions reported. And one of them was basically like a mushroom clouds type of explosion because it's, I think its 18-inch gun magazine exploded. Like, for one thing, 18-inch guns. Holy shit.
There he is.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Penetration. My shell went through you.
Oh, I hit him?
It's raining fire. Fuck that island in particular.
You know, I'm not completely against that statement.
I don't know who this tiny little guy is, but he has now earned the wrath of the Dunkirk by being here.
I'd say probably a Kevin.
Yes.
No!
I'm gonna check on something real fast.
Well, I think I just killed
Ooh.
myself. Yep.
Ah. Reloading. Stupid island.
I agree with that statement. Oh, it was a little bit too low on that shot.
Ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
I ran into the island. That's why I'm just sitting here.
Takes so long to reload. Fire.
Oh, that's not good. Ooh! I think you hit this. You might have hit the Citadel on that shot, Ed.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Well, if you did, it would have given you a badge.
Nah, it just gave me turrets.
I keep setting you on fire.
I see that.
Are there, like, fire rounds? Because that sounds fun.
HE. The HE shells that you're firing are the ones that'll will likely light people on fire. They're also what I've been firing at you and Kevin because of the fact that they, you have no armor. So armor-piercing shells go straight through you.
This isn't a good place to be.
Tell me about it. Yeah, this is your guys' win. Yeah, I'm burning.
And then sink.
And then
Aha!
I think.
We actually won a single thing.
Haha.
He took 98 hits from me.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, since most of your little 5-inch guns were bouncing off. Or I'm assuming they were bouncing off.
I mean, it was about half and half.
Yeah, the battle cruisers are generally more lightly armored than battleships are.
I'm back.
Because obviously a battle cruiser is designed to run down cruisers and stuff.
Alright, so now what's the plan?
Do we want to split it up? One more person go over to Zach's side, and I'll keep the 2 tiny boats.
Alright, so I guess I will take Chris, and the 2 tiny boats will stay with Ed.
I like how he's like split it up. One person goes over there, then these 3 people will be right here. What's our limit?
Well, in order to make things a bit more fair, let's stick to 3 as our upper limit.
Oh, I was gonna say not even 3. I was thinking one of us goes 2, and then the other one goes 1, and then all 3 of them would be 1s. Or
That
if we
seems like
do
a
a
reasonable
3,
distribution.
or if we do go 3, then allow one Ed to have a 2 or a 3 to counteract that.
Go 2.
Make 2 the upper limit.
Because I think even a 1 can take down a 2. So, like,
I think
if I
that's
do
usually how the
happen to go
distribution
against
is.
Ed,
I think the distribution is usually,
1 up or down.
I think it actually goes up to 2 up or down, but I'm fine with only going to 2.
I'll go with 2 and 2 1s.
And we have a 1 and a 2. Is that the German one or the?
Yeah, I think this one's German.
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell what the flag shows.
Oh no, it's England.
Oh. Black Swan's a bit of a funny name, but well, there's supposed to be a cyclone.
It's like
right
an
here.
England Swiss. The Swiss is a plus flag, right?
So is the British or the UK.
Just a white background with a red plus.
I don't remember. That might be one of their ensigns, but
Because this is definitely the UK flag in the topper. That's like the X with the plus and the blue background.
the Union Jack. it's it might be a Commonwealth, British or UK Commonwealth type of thing, because I think I remember reading that a lot of the ships that were associated with various British colonies were like just kind of rolled into the British tree. Although I could be wrong. I'm a little annoyed that you can't actually unlock Enterprise just by playing the game. You have to buy Enterprise, and I think they removed it from the premium store.
So I remember I think you were telling me about that a little bit ago.
Yeah. I mean, realistically speaking, like, aircraft carriers are kind of a weird thing in this game, since they have a couple of them that were never actually built. Of course, that's the case with a lot of the tier 10 stuff. Those were never actually built. Like, I know that there's one for the U.S. and it is the Montanas are one of the tier 10 battleships that you can build, and they never actually built the Montana class because the war ended, and it was like, why bother building any more battleships? We already proved that they suck, that they're not worth the money they cost to build. Aircraft
just because you can put
that.
more damage per pound into an airplane.
Well, and it was definitively proven that airplanes were the way to go.
I'm not arguing against air power.
Oh, I've been detected.
He cut your direction.
What?
He cut the same way you did to go around the island. Spotted another. E8-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I really miss spotting planes.
Critical engine damage.
Ow.
Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a lot of things shooting at me.
Watch out for those torpedoes.
Oh, I'm missing every shot. Oh, nope, never mind, I hit one.
Woo!
Oh no, I gotta stop firing.
Holy crap, that was close.
It was. I was trying to ram you with my last breath. That last torpedo you fired got me.
I know, that's why I was desperately firing, and I'm like, come on, come on! Come on, deck gang, load that torpedo tube faster! It's probably not the shit-ass Mark 14 yet.
Well, on the bright side, Kevin, he's about half dead. So...
Can you imagine if they included stuff like that in games like this? Like, yes, the American ships are equipped with torpedoes. No, they don't work.
I'm coming.
Hide me, cruiser friend.
Did I just run into a... No, I didn't. I can't see where he went. He disappeared.
He's hiding in my smoke cloud. I mean, he's hiding in his smoke cloud that I had nothing to do with.
This is really tense watching shots come out of nowhere.
Yep.
Pro
Got
tip:
him.
don't engage while the large ship with guns is still trying to get over to that side of the map.
To be fair, they didn't really have a choice. It wasn't so much that they engaged as it was I engaged on them.
Go over, dang it!
Alright, Ed, it's
Ow.
up to you. Zach
You
is
hurt.
basically dead. Chris is fine.
He hurts though.
Probably hit your citadel.
No, he didn't do that much damage. He hit the back end of my boat.
Oh, that was a little weird. I got a bit of a lag spike there.
Anybody else worried about the cyclone? Or
I
is
saw
it
that
just
it was
me?
coming a while ago. I have no idea what the effect in-game is.
I don't either. It just gave me the option. I was like, oh yeah, let's have a cyclone. I don't know what it does, but that sounds like fun.
Aha!
Haha! Uh-uh.
Hide in the smoke. I'm too small for this fight.
Aren't I smaller than you?
You are,
Well, I
yes.
guess you are a destroyer, but
I'm a destroyer, you're a cruiser, you are bigger than me. One of the technical terms for my ship class is tin can.
Alright, Ed.
I did as much as I could.
This is gonna be an
So
interesting fight.
I still have some health.
Ooh! Ramming speed. Ow. Like I said, he hurts.
Woo! Man, you weren't kidding.
Again, I was a destroyer, I didn't have any armor. I was trying to get close enough to fire torpedoes at him.
I saw that. You went for a last ditch effort.
Well, I mean, he outgunned me by a pretty wide margin.
Is there a way to see what each boat has in this screen?
In
If you
this one,
hover over it, it'll sort of show you.
it'll give you like bars, but it won't tell you
Well, yeah,
precisely
but
what it's
does it-
armed with.
Does it say torpedoes? Because I know I have something with torpedoes, I just can't find it.
Yeah,
Like
if you
the
hover
Smith has
over it,
to.
it'll literally just say torpedoes.
Yeah, if it
has
doesn't have a
torpedoes.
I know I have one that, or two that has torpedoes. But it's not, oh hey, there it is. That one.
Wait, why is it just two people over here now?
Because
It'll
Kevin
be
switched.
fine.
Okay.
I switched Kevin, actually.
Oh,
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
what are you guys going at?
It's gonna be largely the same thing.
Okay.
Oh, okay, well then I won't use my tier 7.
Thanks.
I'm
appreciate
assuming
your
it's
forbearance.
probably the Dunkirk.
I don't have a tier 7.
Yeah.
The highest I have is a tier 4.
I've got a tier 5, but this is one of those games where each tier becomes exponentially more experience.
Yes.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't able to get down to the Colorado, because
Yeah.
I'd have to go through the New Mexico first.
Yeah, and it's like 3 times as much as the other ones.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, where are you?
It's fine.
It's fine, Zach.
You're laughing at Chris.
All right, Tyler, when you get past this island, form up on me.
Okay. That was gonna be my plan anyway.
Battle starts.
And if you have the option, load high explosive.
It's literally the only weapon I have.
I have one of the British, I think it's the Tier 2 British Weymouth, only has AP rounds.
Yeah, that's the one I'm using.
Oh yeah. I'm actually kind of fond of that one.
And Tyler, I don't know if you figured this out, but if you have multiple guns, if you hold the fire button, it'll fire them all in a single volley.
Oh, neat.
And I think for like coolness factor, if you, at least mine is on the middle mouse button. If you press that in when you're firing, it will actually fire, and you'll follow it if you track it. Or if you hold the button down, it'll follow the shell.
Okay, I think we might be in for trouble, Tyler. Somebody's got an aircraft.
What?
Aircraft? What?
Oh, there's a destroyer down there. I mean, what?
Hey, would you look at that?
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. I did not like that. That was not good.
That did a lot more than I was expecting, if I'm honest.
Problem solved, sir.
How much damage in points do you think that was?
About 600.
That was 3,000.
Oh, wow. Usually those fighters don't actually do any damage. Like, they set things on fire, but that's basically all they do.
You're forgetting he's in a tier 1.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fighter almost got more gross tonnage than him.
It's sad but true.
Hey, you're probably right.
I mean, between how heavy those old fighters were.
Actually, most of the old fighters, like those Gullfox, they were all not craft paper, but canvas and wire.
I mean, power to weight ratio wise.
No, like I think they were literally made out of canvas and wire
Yeah, probably.
with a wood frame. Because I know that was one of the reasons why the swordfish that they sent after Bismarck did so
Oh,
well.
fuck, torpedo bombers.
Okay, you actually don't have to worry about anything from my torpedo planes, because they require me not being completely incompetent, and I can't hit the broadside of a barn with the torpedo planes.
Torpedoes, they hurt. Serpentine, Tyler. Serpentine.
Yep, I'm doing my best.
I think I zigged when I should have zagged. Can't remember what movie that's from.
I'm fucked. Good luck, Ed. I dodged them very slightly. That was
Yeah,
tough.
I suck with the torpedo planes.
Bet is to try to go bows towards torpedoes. I know they're around here somewhere because the planes keep coming from here.
Oh, did I get you?
Oh, just barely.
Basically, just got the screw, and that's what killed you.
I was doing my best to dodge.
You got really close on that last one.
He's faster than me. I can't catch him.
He's in a destroyer, of course he is.
That's so fun.
Destroyers are supposed to be pretty quick.
Oh, he turned.
But they can't outrun my 99-knot dive bombers. As long as I can find him. There he is.
That's a lot of shit being shot your way, Ed.
Yeah.
From what I understand, the aircraft carriers used to basically be a point-and-click thing where you gave orders to your fighters and didn't...
That was basically an RTS.
Which, on the one hand, that makes some sense. I wish you could set it so that it wouldn't have, like, half the squadron dive or do whatever it is, because, like, I kind of want to be able to...
Torpedo! Oh,
Are
nice.
you gonna ram him? Oh, I put the bombs in the wake.
One down.
That was Kevin's. That was the easiest one.
The hell are they dropping those?
So, yeah, I feel like somebody may have gone higher than they said they were going.
I can't imagine who you're talking about. It's not like the USS Langley is tier 4.
I feel like we may have stood a chance otherwise. Maybe.
Try this again.
I mean, it was obviously not entirely...
Fair?
Well,
Not only did you take one of their teammates, you went 2 tiers higher.
Well, the thing is, I thought that, I honestly thought that it would be fair because the aircraft carrier is basically not going to be participating in it directly. I didn't anticipate how much damage.
That you could just delete Tyler in
Zach,
the
you're
loading
supposed
zone?
to go down to a tier 2, not go up to a tier 5. Kidding, guys, kidding.
Well, I mean, they can see it, so it's not like...
Now, once I go into a
Oh.
battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Hi, Ed. What are
Hi.
you doing there?
I
Oh,
thought that was the game we were playing now. It's okay, I'm slow. If they have torpedoes, we're doomed.
I debated taking one of my ships that had torpedoes, but I took this,
Nah.
I think, Chinese.
I mean, my only ship that has torpedoes is a tier 3 that I can't use. Or apparently I can, no one else is following the rules.
No, Ed's just getting back at me for that, and I
I
understand it.
noticed. Oh, I do too. I do not blame him whatsoever for this. Although it's gonna hurt greatly.
I mean, on the bright side, you can get like 80 rounds off in the time it takes my guns to load. So if I miss, I'm doomed.
I thought you said you were going down the Japanese track, though, Ed.
This is a Japanese carrier.
The Congo?
Maybe
No, it's
not.
not.
A carrier. It's
I
flying
mean,
a
it's got a
Japanese
big
flag.
white flag with a red dot on it, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but the Brits built it.
Well, it's got a big white flag with a red dot on it, and that plane on it has big red dots on the wings, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, the Brits actually built all the Congo classes and exported them to the Japanese.
That makes sense.
If I remember that correctly. I mean, when you take into account how little shipbuilding capability they actually had. I remember I watched a video at one point on YouTube that was talking about like the production, the difference in production in World War II for the Americans and the Japanese, and it was like, while the guy was talking, it was like toggling through all the ships that were built by each side as the war progressed. and it was like American, 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 Japanese, American, 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 and it was just like constantly American ships. And it's just got to think about it at one point. It's someone must have thought, oh, I think we might have made a mistake.
I mean, the admiral, like the day after he attacked Pearl Harbor. I feel like I remember a fairly famous quote about a sleeping giant.
That's actually apocryphal,
Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's not.
and I think it was.
I mean,
What's it called? I think that actually comes from the movie Tora Tora Tora.
even if it is apocryphal, they're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they're really not wrong.
Also, hello.
Hi, Alex. How's it going?
Hello.
Well, it's
I've been
funny.
detected.
It's actually kind of funny because when they attacked Midway, the admiral in charge of that actually was basically throwing a hissy fit to get his way again. Like, he developed a strategy of like threatening to resign.
They're to the right. Starboard.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic.
To the right.
Sorry, to the star right.
Right first.
There's also one way off your port.
Well, I fire all my guns. See you in a minute. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. It makes a tink noise when you hit.
Hey, at least one of those shells penetrated.
I should not hit that island.
Stay with me, little friend.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to full throttle now, Tyler, so try to keep up.
I
your
was
top
already at
speed.
full throttle.
I know the Congo is one of the fast battleships.
Yeah, I was only doing 3/4 so that Tyler could keep up.
You got a top speed of like what, 28 knots?
Something like that. That looks about right.
Ah! How did I over-penetrate the freaking battleship with AP rounds?
Someone's about to run into an island. Ow.
Turns out it's 29 is my knots is my max speed.
Now it tops out at 23.8.
Yeah, the Congos, like I said, they were one of the fast battleships. They were actually, that's why they were with the carriers, because they could actually keep up. You're on your own, Kevin. My engines are knocked out and I'm burning.
I am also on fire. Turn, turn.
Woof! Woof! Can we not?
What, light you on fire? Come on.
Well, that's another
No!
minute before I can fire guns.
Problem solved.
Thanks, Ed. That saved me, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Godspeed.
I think there's still one of them out there.
You know, I'm just gonna say it. Your ship looks like a fishing trawler, Chris.
Yes, that is gonna be my disguise. I'm just fishing. There's no fighting over here.
Oh, that
Like-
explains a lot. It's because you're
I've
driving
done-
you're driving an Italian ship.
Yes.
It was
I'm
literally a
totally
fishing
not
trawler.
capturing
They
their
opened a
base.
machine gun too. Yeah. Pilot, try to stay on the not guns side of my boat and use me to body block.
Yeah, I don't know if you've done the same thing when you're using those, Ed, because it takes so freaking long to turn the turrets. I usually turn the turrets to one side of the ship and then just, after that, basically turn the whole ship instead of trying to turn the guns around.
Oh yeah, definitely doing that. Let's see if this
All
spots him.
stations, concentrate
Ah,
fire
there he
on
is.
the target. Critical engine damage. Main turret critically damaged.
Want to see something funny?
No.
Problem solved, sir.
Oof. You've almost got him, Chris!
Oh, that was a nice turn.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to dodge. It's questionable.
Chase the splashes. Oof.
Got him.
Yep. Well
Alright, now
played.
can you take down the Congo?
That's adorable.
Hey, it's only got 45,000 health left. You got this.
Hey, 44
And it's
sticks.
faster than me by 10 whatever dots.
Okay, I think you're probably more maneuverable than me.
I doubt it.
Ow.
I wonder what... My guess would be probably 5-inch guns.
Bump.
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
I forgot about the automated defenses. It ruined my plan.
What
What were you gonna do, Ed?
I was gonna run him over.
Pretty sure that kills both of you.
It does a shit ton of damage, but I'm pretty sure I could have pulled it off.
I kind of wish I could give people access to driving bigger ships,
Yeah.
specifically Kevin and Tyler.
Are you not able to gift ships or anything?
Probably not.
I would
The
assume
only one I
not,
can think
but-
of is if you guys go down to the bottom, if you have the Dunkirk. I don't know where I got it. I think it's a trial.
I mean, we'd have to go out for that.
No, I mean like I didn't buy it. It's just there. I didn't do anything with it. I just when I logged in, it was just here. And it tells me it's a rental. Okay, so let's take it all the way back down to stage 1.
Everybody, stage 1.
Oh, because that's what Tyler and Kevin have access to.
Yeah.
Still 3-on-2, but probably surmountable.
Well, a lot of it is, like, in this one in particular, since if you can land those shots, you can knock people out pretty quick. It is interesting that they start everybody with, you start at cruisers, and then it tiers out after that, where you can get the destroyers and, what's it called? Destroyers and battleships. Well, this is an ugly looking ship.
Oh no. We're at a mild disadvantage here, Ed.
Oh?
We just spawned really far apart.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it makes you guys feel any better, so did we.
Well, I think it's because it normally, the way the spawn locations are set up, is it spawns in 3 distinct
Areas.
chunks.
And tries to spread it out evenly.
Yeah, I think it might go one after the other, so 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, to the sides. But I'm not really sure how that works. I mean, I haven't played this game a whole lot, so, like... Well, I guess I have played it a lot, but I've not actually gone in to look up any of the mechanics, like how it works, because I don't really care enough to figure out precisely how it works.
Come on, hit 20. Hit 20. I think I'm going to top out 19.9. So
Aw.
close.
That's disappointing.
Oh no, 20.1. Yeah, I did it.
Where is Kevin? Kevin, you're still in here, right?
Maybe.
Have I been muted?
Apparently.
Nice. I'm in the middle. I was probably
Oh.
like underneath the.
No, okay, so apparently I lost Chris. He was the one I couldn't see. I wasn't able to
Yeah, on your
track.
mini map, you can see where I'm at, but if you open up your actual map, you can't see me. Which confuses me how that works, but you know.
I will say this. I had a bit better of a start in this one than I did when I first played MechWarrior Online. I got mixed up, and for whatever reason, just like my brain fell out, and the first thing I did was start shooting at a teammate.
That's fun.
Zach, friendly fire isn't.
Yeah, pretty much that. That's one of those that I've thought about a couple of times, but then I immediately like backtrack on it. It's like, no, because while I would be running around or able to run around in my custom battle mechs, everybody else would be stuck with the trials. And those aren't nearly as much fun.
In MechWarrior Online, they give out trial mechs on a. like,
I don't
rotating-
think they've. I don't know the last time they updated the trials because they were all the same way. The same. Last time I looked, and the trial mechs are kind of funny because apparently, according to a friend of mine, Cody, the trial mechs are all like custom designs of what was powerful in the meta at the time that particular trial was released, as opposed to just, you know, the original canon design or the stock design.
I kind of like that idea. So that you're not getting trials that aren't, you know, competitive.
Except they were competitive at the time. They're no longer really competitive. And even then, like, it wouldn't necessarily be competitive. Because there's one of them where it's a Raven that has 2 large lasers on it. That wasn't competitive. That was basically just somebody who wants to, like, protect their KDA, sit in a back corner and fire large lasers. Like, they're not helpful to the game or anything like that. Nobody likes them.
I think I've been spotted, Ed. Yep, there's one.
I see them.
Them or him?
I mean, typically there's more than one person on a boat.
Fair. Fair.
Nonsense. If Azure Lane has taught me anything, it's that all ships are crewed by only one person.
I think I undershot that one. Yep. Gotta
Oh,
leave.
shit. I am in trouble.
Yeah. Nice knowing you, bud.
They linked up a lot faster.
It was the first thing we did.
Yeah. Also, we had far fewer people to link up with. That looks good.
Problem solved, sir.
Overshot.
How are you on health, Zach?
I've got 2,000 left, so make that 1,700. So
Dead? Got it.
I'm coming.
this ship is too slow. Come on!
Problem solved, sir.
Mm. Ah!
He's still alive.
Not for lack of trying. Fuck.
Oh, he's
Ah,
not
there's
inside
another
of
one.
me.
I'm about to go down, Ed.
If you can take Zach down, that'd be great.
I would love to. I'm gonna try. Nope, I'm out.
Holy crap! I really
I
hope
gotcha,
don't-
fam.
I really hope I don't hit any, number one, I hope I don't run into Ed again. And I hope I really don't run into some particularly heavy seas, because my 137 health can't take it.
Thank you. I'll try to play spotter for you. There's just the one right now.
Yes, just the one. It's what we want you to think.
One thing I kind of wish this game did include was, like, actual damage stuff, so it's not just, like, HP bars going down.
I
Like
mean,
it
you can disable cannons and stuff.
One that I wish had gotten more traction was Battle Stations Midway. It was originally a game on the Xbox 360. That was a naval combat thing. But it was more of a, like, commander type of thing where you were playing as the commander of the ships, or of the task force.
You got another one coming up on your port, Ed.
Yeah, I see him.
Now you got all three on you, really. But yeah, I think this is going to be a dead Ed.
Ah! No!
But you got Zach, and that's all that matters.
That was so close. Like the last shot was just about to go
Oh.
off my
Ah,
the fantail.
You took me out right at the end there.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so 2 for 2. That's not a bad ratio.
yeah, I feel like the undermanned team might need like a slightly better ship.
Actually, I just found a thing that claims that it's got some free ship codes for this game.
I mean, honestly, I don't care.
I mean,
I get that.
it's literally copy and pasting a code, I believe. So, at the very least, it'll give us a few more
Something,
options.
yeah.
So are we gonna back out real quick so we can do that for them? Because I'm pretty sure you can't do it from this menu.
Probably not.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the training battle at the moment.
Cool. We'll pop out. People can do some stuff, and then we'll pop right back in.
that's one of the things I was kind of worried about, if I'm honest, is just because of the fact that, you know, unless you put in a
Yeah.
lot of time, you're not going to have as many of the ships, which
Yep.
obviously limits your options to just the different cruisers at that level.
Yeah, that's fair.
And of course, the right now the fact that we have uneven teams doesn't.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little sad that they don't have like for just the free trial type of ships. Because like I said, the Dunkirk, I don't know where that came from. I must have gotten a rental ticket somewhere along the line and just didn't know about it. With the Harikaze and what's it, and the Musashi,
Yeah. Oh.
because those are two prominent ships in the series that they are crossing over with right now. Which, if anybody is curious, it's High School Fleet is what the anime is called. And I wouldn't say it's high quality art or anything like that. I had fun with it, but you know I'm weird, so
Is it girls in Panzer with boats?
pretty much, like it's not a contest thing. They're going to high school in order to basically be or a special high school basically to be Coast Guard.
Ah.
And World War II must not have happened in that world, because the Musashi isn't on the bottom, nor is the Yamato. Although I'm not entirely sure how exactly having knowing how to fire torpedoes really helps with Coast Guard duties, but
I mean, sometimes you need to aggressively guard the coasts.
yeah, that one's kind of fun.
How, if I were to do such a thing, do you enter a code?
It's
I've never done it, so I don't actually know.
It's in. I'm trying to remember where it is. I'm popping out just so I can look at the menu because I've done this before.
I'm going to take a moment to go use the bathroom.
Is
Hello.
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 Olo.
Who won?
Yes.
I did.
We've done mixed teams a couple times, so...
Hi, Tyler. It's a rare Tyler.
I mean, medium rare. I always show up to these.
Yeah, that's about it, though. You're not like these league yahoos.
I am not, no.
That's fine. I saw you saw. I'm getting the crazy crab ball turret thing.
Yeah. That one looks like a really fun build.
It is. You have to import it. It's annoying. Noxious. I want it, though. It'll be here soon, hopefully.
A rare Tyler and even rarer talking now.
Do you redeem those?
Did you figure it out, Ed?
I did not.
Oh, well.
It's
I
definitely.
maybe have. Give me a second. Okay.
You know, Ed, you
Tactics.
mentioning Girls and Panzer actually reminded me that I currently have a spare copy of the real Anzio Battle OVA.
Zach, isn't there an Anime Girls high school event or something going on in World of Warships?
There is indeed, yep.
And they're expensive, aren't they?
Probably. I didn't actually look at them, but from what the previous events showed, they were fairly expensive. Like most of the things that are in their shop are pretty expensive.
Yeah. Can you grind for them or not?
As far as I can tell, no. They're all the stuff out of their premium shop you can't get through
It's on the
anything other than
website.
buying money or buying them.
That's lame.
Huh.
Yeah, especially because stuff like the Kaga is in the premium shop for like $40. The Enterprise was. They removed it. Arizona is in there.
They had a what was it? A 40K crossover for a while.
Yeah, they crossed over with 40K. They've crossed over with Azure Lane a couple of times.
Well, that's just like synergy right there.
I mean, they seem to be doing something, right? I couldn't tell you precisely what that thing is. But I mean, people are still playing the game.
Well, I bet COVID helps that.
Although I think World of Tanks might be like their big one.
None of the codes are going to be extremely useful because all of the ones that give you ships are invite codes.
Ah.
Oh.
And the only other one that gives you a rental is expired.
Boo.
So they were like that Badger code that he had a while back that gave you, I think it actually gave you the Langley.
Yeah, and they're like invite codes if you haven't played the game before. Like they have them that give you the St. Louis and the Emden. So it's like you get the St. Louis, the Emden, 7 days of premium time, 200 doubloons, and 20 times camouflage restless fire.
Yeah, because they're the camouflage. The camos in this game are actually a consumable.
Of course they are.
So they do they do something. I don't remember. I don't know what any of them do, but they are a consumable item that you have to pay for, because of course it is. I mean, I guess you got to make money somehow, and these guys have. I think they used to have World of Warplanes too. I mean, this one I think is the only one. Well, it's the only one that I know of that focuses on the warships angle. Because I know War Thunder has a naval version of it, but it's, I think destroyers are like the heavyweights in that one.
Boo.
But War Thunder primarily focuses on like the tanks and airplanes, as opposed to the ships. I mean, I'm not sure why, but my guess would be that most warships people don't really think as much about. And most people probably don't really care either. Whereas tanks are more, not acceptable, that's not the right term.
Popular?
But more dynamic, I think, is actually the proper term. Because in this, obviously, if you take a battleship, it takes forever to turn. And as me and Ed have mentioned, oftentimes you get one shot, and then you wait for like 30 seconds while your cannons are reloaded.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. So if you play the ships with the heavyweight guns, you don't get as many shots off because of the fact that they are, reloading, because it takes a while to reload a 14-inch gun.
Yeah.
Whereas tanks, like, number one, they steer a lot better.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, naval combat is slightly more abstract.
How do you mean?
I don't know. So, something about tank combat just seems a lot more intuitive to me. Probably because I am a land-dwelling creature.
Thought you were
Yeah.
a gotcha thing.
Hmm?
Can't remember what you said the last Gundam episode. You're always something different every episode.
That is true.
And I am back.
Well, do we want to hop into another one?
Yeah.
Do we have 6 now?
Oh, it's not working for my computer either, sadly.
Aw, sad day. Well, we're streaming, so.
Boop, 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 boop. Alright.
Tyler and his 2 viewers, one of which being me.
Devin was on there for a bit.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he just randomly showed up to say that he wasn't surprised that we said Zach was cheating. So...
You were cheating, Zach?
I
How could you?
wasn't cheating. I was bending my own rules.
Okay.
So far,
What?
that they snapped in half.
Okay, let's do another taking all comers. I'll be the
Oh,
guy
you wanna?
with the big boat.
Okay, so you want to play the?
Yeah.
I sent you an invite, Chris. By the way.
Okay. I am just doing random stuff at the moment. Okay. So what's our limit then?
what
Because when we beat Zach, you had a 4.
Yeah. I am not in a 4 anymore. I am not in a 5.
Are you in a 6?
I am in a 6.
Okay, so that I don't feel so bad being in a 4, possibly a 5.
Also, I just bought this ship, so I don't know anything about it. It has big guns, and it turns slowly.
I just got a new ship as well.
See, is it? It's not the.
Entered-
It's probably not the Mikasa, because that's not going to be that high.
It entered service in 1915.
That might be the Mikasa, but I don't think so, because I think that one was at Battle of Tsushima, which I think was in around 1905.
When built, it was the largest warship in the world.
Dreadnought? Doesn't seem right.
Anybody ever play that game, Dreadnought?
Is timer counting up? I thought this counted down. There we go.
Oh!
It counts up initially and then...
Fuso. Okay.
Isn't Dreadnought the Warhammer, like, space tactics game?
No, that's Battlefleet Gothic.
That is, in fact, Battlefleet Gothic, you're correct.
I really wish they would re-release that.
I really wish they'd update that.
The
miniatures game?
The miniatures
Yeah.
game?
I mean, they've got a couple of pretty good video games. I like the one on Android a lot. But, these guns are almost moving at a reasonable speed. I mean, they aren't, but they almost are.
I think it's one of those things, base combat, like naval combat, isn't as popular generally speaking, because I know that BattleTech had Aerotech, and that didn't really catch on.
It's City Take also, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think City Tech was basically just another rule set for BattleTech.
It was Aerotech, everything combined, I thought.
Aerotech? No, Aerotech was specifically space combat, so it was like aerofighters and whatnot. Aerofighters and warships.
You have that whole third dimension to worry about.
Well, I think at least in tabletop formats, I don't think because of that third dimension, I don't think it translates
I've
super
been
well.
detected.
Do you see them, Ed?
I know at one point I was actually working on making an RPG system that used dirigibles, like steampunk airships. And I was going to take, those collapsible, like, pointer wands?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to basically use those to
Right.
represent height, so you could have it, like, put it at settings.
Yeah, I think another one, I think Aerotech also included stuff like momentum.
There were
It's
rules
hard to track.
for Aerotech in my BattleTech manuals.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they actually are part of all
Oops.
of them. But when they were originally released, Aerotech was its own thing.
Okay.
But I mean, most games have undergone so many changes and whatnot over the years that most of them are probably not recognizable. Although BattleTech is actually pretty good about its changes. Like, I don't think it's received a lot of changes, because I think when I first learned how to play the game, it was with a local guy's old rulebooks. And when we changed over, the big change to it was that the partial cover rule worked differently in modern BattleTech. Because in original BattleTech, partial cover gave you a +3 to being shot, but when you did get hit, it rolled on the punch table.
Melee much more effective than guns. A lot of the guns were in BattleTech.
Oh my goodness.
Just missed on that one.
You have no idea how close you were.
No, I do.
Did you
I
see
clicked
did you
I
see the
clicked the middle
IJN?
button.
Yeah, the IJN Fuso label on the side of your shells there, Ed. Chris spotted them.
I didn't spot them. I was able to touch them as they flew by me. My rudder's jammed? How's my rudder jammed?
Because of all the incoming fire.
A near miss would do that.
I didn't
Actually, it's
know
more
that was
likely a
actually
near-
a thing.
A near miss would probably jam your rudder more likely or faster than actually getting hit. Because the shockwave would jam it to the side. That's actually what happened to Kagi at Midway. Is one of the dive bombers that jumped on it had a near miss that jammed the rudder.
Come on. How hard is it to turn
Ah!
the goddamn guns?
We've run aground, Captain.
Ow, ow, ow.
I'm
See,
doing
bud.
absolutely nothing with these shots.
Turn!
Meanwhile, Ed's automated battery, I'm pretty sure, is going to destroy me at this rate.
You're lucky you're on the other side. I hear torpedoes. I don't see. Oh, they have the torpedoes. That's not good.
Oh, did we win?
Yeah,
I just hit him with 6 torpedoes.
yeah. I got a broadside from torpedoes.
That'll do it.
Yeah, the thing is, torpedoes are really, really powerful in this game.
Mhm.
Which it's actually kind of funny. They're probably more powerful in this game than they were in the actual war.
And that's saying something.
Well, I mean, when you take into account the fact that the American ships at the start of the war were using the Mark 14s, which were crap and didn't work at all. But because you can't, because of the way they're programmed into the game, you can't really, close bulkheads and whatnot to prevent flooding.
Yeah, torpedoes are deadly. My mistake there was I swapped from one side to the other, and I hit an island.
I was gonna say
Well, I
the
mean,
real
you saw
MVP
me,
for us
Ed.
winning that game was Ed.
Yeah,
When he hit the island, I was like, okay, torpedoes away.
Well,
Go
I mean,
get right behind him because he has to back up.
you saw it. I ran into the same island twice.
yeah, nah. Honestly, when I hit the island, I should have just continued firing and taken out the torpedo boat. But I'm like, there's guys on the other side too. I got cocky. Want to try that one more time?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm down. Do you have any idea how much damage my shots were doing to you, Ed?
Oh, I wasn't even looking.
When I hit with mine, numbers pop up to show how much damage I do.
The other thing is fire, no matter who sets you on fire. So
Yeah, at one point I was firing AP rounds and it just kept bouncing off. So I swapped over to HE rounds and started shooting at your pagoda.
that checks out.
Well, you've got a 4 and a 5 and 2 1s against you, Ed.
Okay.
I mean, that was the same as last time.
Was it? I was not paying any attention.
It was. I switched to a different 5, but I did have a 5.
And the reason why I didn't use my new 5 was because I saw him using a 5 and felt it would be a little unfair.
Battle starts.
Oh, you should have said something. I would have taken something smaller, or I would have taken
No,
something
no,
lower
this
tier.
is-
I can't go any smaller.
This is one of my favorite ships so far, so I'm totally happy using this one.
I'm a little sad I didn't play this a little more ahead of time, because this actually seems like a pretty fun game.
Like I said, I've mainly been just playing the bots, and I do that just to relax because I don't actually have to worry about anything. And
Yeah,
it prevents
it's
me
really
from getting
not that
competitive.
bad of a game.
Because I mean, we all know I tend to get competitive with things, so I should really chop my throttle.
The only thing I have against this game is this is it right here.
The start where nothing's happening.
The start where nothing's happening, you go and either capture a flag or kill everybody. It's not like I don't even know why they have objectives in here. No one ever lasts long enough to keep the flag and win that way.
The objectives
game's
are
always
good
end with
The objectives
objectives
are
are-
to give you something to fight over, because if you have something like a battleship and the last guy he's trying to chase is a destroyer, he's never going to catch him.
the
and I
way
think
that
this-
you end the game when you've got that one guy that's just kiting.
hmm I think one of the other reasons why you don't see a lot of ship combat games is precisely what we're looking at right now. The maps are, because of what they are, the maps have to be big. And because it's the ocean, you can't really have anything in them. So it makes the maps themselves kind of boring. And if you're spending a lot of your time running around, those maps. Like, they get samey pretty quick.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Oh, no way!
I'm working on getting in range. I'm almost
working on
there.
exiting range.
So there's some fire being exchanged.
He's shooting at me! Ah!
Don't hit the island. Don't hit the island.
Ed, I will admit that's kind of scary. I'm looking through my binoculars and I just see the flash of your guns. Ha! I've hit him several times.
Oh,
5 times.
that one was just sliding off of his side. I don't know if that would actually count as a hit.
Hey, I hit the target.
No, me.
Because, oh. Just because all of my shells bounced off of him.
I am currently at 0 damage.
Non-penetration right there. Although I feel like that would have penetrated.
But it
Don't
didn't.
worry, I have a plan.
How much of a plan?
Tyler, are you going flank speed? Are you at your top speed right now?
My top speed is 24 knots.
Ah. I'm catching you with my top speed of 36.
Ow!
Yeah, it was like, my top speed is 19.5, so...
My top speed is 30.
I see.
957 damage. I'm happy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That's a scary number of shells coming at me.
Tyler, aim for the pagodas! Aim for the bridge!
It's okay, Tyler. You bought them at least 30 seconds while I reload.
I was gonna try to ram you.
Ramming speed!
3/4 of the weight are loaded. Oh god, that's torpedoes. Good game.
Ah! Fuck!
Oh, there goes Zach. I don't know exactly what happened, but
One volley.
I hit him with 3 full torpedoes, or I hit him with 3 torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bad spot for you to be, I think, Ed.
Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, it
I
keeps
mean,
the
you
island
managed to
between me and
dodge.
him.
You managed to dodge 3 of the torpedoes, because I fired a full spread of 6.
I went bow on to him, so that's
Well, I was firing them as a full spread to minimize your ability to potentially dodge them.
yeah. But yeah, the trick to torpedoes is you go bow on, and then you increase your likelihood of surviving. Oh, did I run aground?
Looks
You
like
are
maybe.
off the coast
look
of that
like it.
island. Kevin just plowing
can
on
do
in
it.
there.
Tink!
Damn it!
Oh,
Oh, that was so close.
I set him on fire.
Yeah, and my repairs on cooldown, so there's that.
Because of the flooding I caused with one of my torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger ships, you have to hit them with multiple torpedoes to kill. There are two ways to generally fire torpedoes. One of them is you fire them in a wide spread. That's what I do. And then you can fire them as a
You're gonna hit that island, Chris.
straight
Yeah.
cluster, which, like, if you fire them as a cluster, you make it less likely to hit the target, but more likely to deal significant damage if you do hit him.
Ow!
Wow.
Well, I mean, the Fuso's firing at least 14-inch guns.
I was down to under a quarter health, by the way.
Well, the torpedoes will do that.
I feel if I got into that fight earlier and just went a different way, that would have went a different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
Different
fun. I
route.
feel like we've hit about a balanced level.
Well, in part, it's also a matter of if you, if the team with many guys is actually like all on the same page.
Yeah.
I still feel that we need to go back and play another couple games the other way. That way, Kevin and Tyler have a chance to actually feel like they're doing
Yeah.
something instead of
Have
being,
an impact.
bait.
What are the biggest
I
tips you got?
am on
you
fire.
had?
I mean, you're not wrong.
What do you mean as not Juggernaut,
Not really.
not killed the Juggernaut?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
takedowns,
Going
I
in
was
where
thinking of
everyone is 1 and 2s.
Yeah, because that way Kevin and I can actually like impact the battle in any way.
Sounds good. Let's even it out some. No aircraft carriers.
I wasn't going to. Jeez, you do that once, and no one will give you a. But I mean, there's a lot that they did well with this game, I think. But again, going into it, the maps, like I keep looking at the different maps and I'm like, this one should be fun to go on, and then I look at it and it's like it's just the same as all the other ones.
Yep.
The islands are in a slightly different spot, but generally speaking, it's all the same. I think that's the kicker, is that you spend enough time playing it, and you've already seen basically, you've seen all the maps.
There's not a huge amount of, like, to be fair, I'm not sure what variety they could add. Like, maybe something with, I don't know, an overhang or something? I don't know.
Well, that's the problem when you're dealing with the naval stuff. That's what I was talking about earlier. Is what
Heading
can you
toward
do?
you.
You need enough room to maneuver, and you stick a few islands in there so people have something to use as cover and hide behind. But like, you're not gonna have the same kind of thing where, you know, buildings to move around and, you know, city fights and whatnot. It's always going to be a big wide ocean with long firing angles.
Like it's an
and
ocean.
Like it's some kind of ocean, and it's not even like in, you know, 'cause League of Legends and Dota, there's obviously only one, or well, I guess League of Legends actually has a couple of maps, but they're also different game types. But like, generally speaking, you're going to be playing on the same map the entire time, but it's not the same thing because of the fact that there's no objectives to play around, so it doesn't really change the map, and there's not as much stuff like to make the match dynamic. So I think that might be one of the reasons why you don't see naval games really taking off as a genre.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to vary it up with, but I would say that about FPSs too. But you know,
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you were to deviate significantly from the historical accuracy, I think you could start pulling some shenanigans, but
at some point it just becomes COD with boats as opposed to like actual naval warfare.
I mean, I might play COD with boats, though. Maybe not for very long, but that sounds intriguing.
Well, and that's the problem is, can you generate a consistent player base?
So, I've never played or even really watched, but wouldn't that basically be Sea of Thieves?
No.
No.
Not at all. That's
Sea of Thieves is like you're isolated from other players. You have like your crew, and that's it.
We played a bit of it. It was kind of fun at the time, but it's not.
It's more
like
of
one
like a
those
quick
games.
time event for sailing.
I mean, there were some fun things that it did, like having to actually load the cannons and whatnot.
Yeah.
I can see that game being fun for a while, but I think it has the same problem where, like, a lot of it feels the same. You basically have 3 different types of things to do.
Well, and that's always a problem when you're dealing with any kind of multiplayer game is retention. Like, do I have enough stuff that's interesting to do for players to stick around? And it's difficult to say exactly what that, like, what the degree is, because League of Legends, again, going back to that one, seems to have insane player retention.
It's got a lot more depth to its gameplay, though. Like, there are a lot more things you can do within a single game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a war
And
crime
there are all
right
the different
there.
champions and whatnot that you can play with. The different roles you can play around with.
And I feel like, honestly, the champion selection matters way more than ship selection.
Yeah, I would agree with that because, like, I don't think there's a great deal of difference between, say, the American ships and the Japanese ships in this game.
Yeah,
I'd
there'll
have to
be
look
little-
into it a bit more because
There's little tiny things, I'm sure, but I feel like that,
like, I know
doesn't matter.
From a historical perspective, the Japanese ships were built in such a way that they couldn't take a beating, whereas the American ones could.
Yes, but
I don't know how well represented that is here because, like, in this game, you can't, for example, knock out somebody's damage control. Like, you can't knock out somebody's fire suppression system because they don't have that kind of damage modeling. You were going to say something, Ed? Sorry.
no, not really. I was just saying, I feel like we should have found each other by now.
Yeah, I
Well,
feel
considering
like
you guys went up your guys' what, left side or right side? You guys went up your right side, so we kind of circled around.
Are you watching the stream?
No,
That's just.
I
probably-
am not
That,
stream sniping.
would have
That's
had to
rude.
been what happened.
I just stream sniping World of Warships would be so lame.
Right?
Well, especially.
Oh yes.
Well, honestly, stream sniping is kind of a weird thing to me anyway. I remember, was it last year or was it the year before? PUBG started banning people that were supposedly stream sniping.
Feels like a witch hunt scenario at that point.
Pretty much.
Well, and it's my opinion that if you're streaming and it's one of those things where you kind of need the information, you're on your own at that point. Like, if someone is like, oh, I can watch his stream and find out where he is, well, that's kind of your problem.
Oh, I know where they are now.
I mean, that's an easy thing to make sure it doesn't happen. You just add like a 5-minute, like a minute delay, 30-second delay.
Well, that's why I was saying that I think if you get stream sniped, that's kind of your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That
it
shouldn't
was an
be on the
issue.
game.
It was an issue in PUBG because there'd be lots of times where people would be, they'd be sitting in a house for a minute or two, and even with that delay, they'd still know, okay, he's in the house.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
but
goes back to where Zach says, like, if you're streaming and you're not mitigating that at all, then the
Well, I
fault
mean,
is on you, not the other people.
Here's the other problem with that. the game, how do you prove it? It's like, oh, he stream sniped me. Can you provide proof? Because if not, then you kind of gotta shut the hell up and deal with it. Whereas, like, you look at League of Legends, going back to the man, I'm bringing them up a shitload, probably because they do a lot of stuff really well. When it comes to like their behavioral systems, when people get punished, they provide all of the evidence. It's like, here's the exact reason why you got punished. Like, here's all the things you said. Here's all the instances you told people to go kill themselves. Like, whereas stream sniping, it's like, you were stream sniping. What the fuck do you mean I was stream sniping? I don't even know who this guy is.
Well, I mean, if I'm watching my stream and the people actually use the same name on like their Twitch name as their game name,
Yeah,
I can
guess it
see
could be
who's
that way.
watching and whatnot. So it's like, oh, hey, Bombastion killed you. I look on my stream and he's sitting there watching. I could screenshot that and be like, hey, he's watching my stream getting my info. But again, that's easy to get around too. Just don't use your Twitch name as your gameplay name.
Yeah. I do know a couple of the guys that I've watched that stream Legends of Runeterra talk about they'd really like the ability to go anonymous.
So, like their names wouldn't show up?
Yeah.
Playing Ring Around the Rosie here with this big fucking island.
I was gonna say, you guys know you're gonna lose if you just let us capture the base, right?
Well, we can't do anything about it.
As long as we're capturing your base at the same time, it won't actually let us lose.
Really interesting.
Because all the bases do is provide points.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Yep, no, I just captured your base.
Huh, I thought it had to be both that controlled. Maybe I was thinking of the other game mode.
Yeah, that's probably the, there's like King of the Hill type game mode, which probably works a little differently.
I think it's the ones where if you have to hold the points, that's the one I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting us to go take bases. I wasn't expecting that to happen.
I mean, once you started
Neither was
taking our
I.
base, we were kind of doomed, because you got 3 people taking a base versus 2 people taking a base.
I mean, I've never went to go take the base. I turned and went straight back to our base to try to find you guys.
But I mean, with as long as it takes to cross that map,
That's really the issue.
are there smaller maps?
I can't tell. Like, I don't have actual like map sizes.
That one
When I'm
feels
looking at them?
smaller, just because it's got bigger islands.
Oh, you can see the ones that I was clicking on?
Yeah.
Solomon Islands.
Yeah, like... It's always just one of those things. As technology moves up, stream sniping is basically the new modern version of looking at people's screens. But with games like Legends of Runeterra, like Kevin said, and Hearthstone, like, knowing what your opponent has in their hand is actually pretty important, because you can know, like, oh, I need to save this card so that I can counter that card.
Yeah, so that's why one of the streamers was like, yeah, just if I had the option to go anonymous, like, you don't need to know the name of your opponent. So they don't need to know that they're playing me. Now, sure, if they somehow manage to figure it out, great. But
Okay, this does look like a much, much, much smaller map. Considering I've got, like...
Oh, yeah.
My little bubble is...
Yeah.
That is one thing that they should probably do, is...
Put a scale on the maps.
Yeah, because I don't see a scale on the map anywhere. When I'm looking at them. I was just changing the maps up so that we weren't running around on the same map the entire time to, you know, try and make things a little bit different.
Heading to you.
Yeah, as the internet has evolved, the online gaming has had to evolve and change, and that has really thrown a lot of people for a loop. The people who enjoy being complete and total pricks to people, and they're like, why am I getting punished for being a dick? Oh, gee, I wonder why.
It always sort of existed, like back when you were playing like on like private servers, you would get banned from a server.
Yeah,
As
but that
opposed-
wasn't the game. The devs literally saying no, you can't play because you're too much of a prick.
Yeah. And I think I liked the old way better because it gave people the opportunity to learn, or they sort of eventually quarantined themselves into
Well,
the worst servers.
most of them aren't. It's not like immediate. Most of them, as I understand it, when it comes to behavioral issues, not like hacking and modding it, aimbots and the like, those get the immediate bans. But like just being a general prick, you don't get banned immediately. You usually get like it steps up to eventually getting banned to prevent people from that one bad day immediately banning them. And since a lot of the games now are implementing matchmaking, it's not just find a server and play with that server. It's much more difficult to just quarantine people like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it makes sense. It's like going back to the retention thing. It's like, how do you retain players? Well, one way of not retaining players is by allowing absolute pricks to ruin everybody's gaming experience so they quit. That kills a game faster than just about anything else. Because then you have the issue that some games that I've already mentioned like 900,000 times are still dealing with, in that they have a reputation for this incredibly toxic community that's following them around, and they've done a lot to mitigate that.
Found
So
them.
you just reminded me of one of the comic that I really like, which is League. It's League of Legends chat, and it's like, God, jungler fucking sucks. That's why we lost. And then it's the jungler going, yeah, sorry guys, that was totally my bad. And then all of a sudden it's oh no, the league servers that are powered by the cycle of unending rage have crashed.
Yeah, I've seen that one too. I laughed about that. The unending cycle of blame.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we've played League. We understand that when you're on the Rift, when you're actually on the Rift, it's always the jungler's fault.
Unless you're the jungler. In which case it's your goddamn laner's fault.
Ah. Good game. Good game.
Critical engine damage.
Ah!
It doesn't auto kill.
No, friendlies don't auto kill. Friendlies running into you don't auto kill. It's only if you run into an enemy.
I was in my periscope. I didn't see you.
No, that's fair. It's easy to do.
There's the problem. Zach had a level 2.
I mean, yes.
You're the only one who did.
Oh,
And you had an extra man on your team.
sorry. I thought I must have misheard. I thought we were going with 1s and 2s were available. That's the only reason why I took that one. Before we end the night at some point, Chris, do you want to try being the Juggernaut?
I mean, my highest is a level 5 that I've never played with, so
Well, I mean,
Not
I was
really
using the level
matter
5
to
New
me.
York, so I'm just asking if you want to try it. We can definitely do that before we stop for the
you
night.
know what? Sure, at some point. Why not?
The most interesting map in the game.
Oh,
Literally just open water.
Yes.
ocean.
The ocean.
This is completely random, but have any of you paid attention to the fact that Yahoo Answers is going away?
I mean, I'm aware of the fact, but only vaguely.
We're just
I
gonna
heard
miss out
about
on
that.
great questions like, my son wants to go see Xbox Live, but doesn't realize we're in a pandemic. What do I do?
I saw one of those like meme things about
Oh,
Bing
those are
versus
tiny
Google.
guns.
Have you seen those? Some of those, like Bing versus Google.
A few of them, yeah.
One of them that I remember reading was like on searching best ways to commit suicide on Bing or something like that, and Google gives you like the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, and Bing is like shotgun to the face.
You know, I have no clue how big this map is.
Not very.
Pretty tiny.
Okay.
I think it's about the same size as the last one.
I think it
Slightly
is.
smaller. Or slightly bigger, I mean.
But yeah, I mean that's a little sad that we're losing Yahoo Answers, but at the same time, like, did anybody ever actually use Yahoo Answers for anything other than trolling?
Oh, no, I don't think anyone really cares about
Jesus.
the death of Yahoo Answers, but...
Sorry.
What?
Sorry, I got jump scared in my game, sorry.
Oh, I didn't
They're
hear. I
over
didn't hear
there.
anything. So.
You know, I have guns on some of my boats that could reach you from here.
I will
Yeah,
even
but those
see
boats
you.
are not these. I'm assuming the reason why Ed can see us, well, at
It's because
least
we're
see-
shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a nice, like, bit to the game that firing makes you more visible.
I mean, I can only see your shells, but I can follow the trajectories from when they fire.
I hope that's not a cyclone. No.
I don't think I had a cyclone enabled.
No, just a weirdly round one side of this cloud bank.
That reminds me of the a video I watched at one point on the Battle off Samar, and the guy described it as the American fleet abusing the natural cover system of the real world.
Let's see.
Of course we are. We're in ships.
Da 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 da.
No, just like the idea of, we're at sea! Where did you even find chest-high walls?
Oh boy.
Gearbox is like, watch me. No, Gearbox, Epic's like, watch me.
Oh wow, I actually hit you. I will admit, when you're playing this and you're running like one of those big battleships, and you actually hit something at like that 16-kilometer range, like that is a really nice feeling. It's like, yay, I'm not total garbage.
Who
am I shooting at anyway?
Hmm.
I just set them on fire, so...
Me then.
I'm the one that's not taking any fire at all, so...
So Kevin just happened to be the one with the bad luck of being the guy that was
In front.
close to me and Kevin, or me and Tyler. Well, it wasn't so much in front. It was that me and Tyler were slightly off. We were actually behind coming in, and so when we circled into the actual area once you guys showed up,
Those shots went one on each side of you.
yeah, I've had that happen before.
Like right in front and right in back. It went one on each side of the shot. I was so upset.
This ship has a weird layout for its guns. So it seems to have 2 twin gun turrets and then 2 single gun turrets. Which is really weird. Keep the pressure on him. Oh, I disabled something.
Yeah, the team that's one down needs to go up a level on boats.
Yeah, because they, it's that level of fire.
Yeah, the one extra person,
Well, I mean, it makes sense. When you're playing, when you are playing at a disadvantage like that, the more people are on each team, the less like a single individual missing from either team matters. But when there's, 2 people on one side, 3 people on another, that makes a lot of difference.
It's like a 50% difference.
Yeah, I know, right? Weird how that works. Whereas if you have 2 teams of 6 people a pop, or 6 and 5, that doesn't matter quite as much. So I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the month. Do we want to let Chris pick May?
I have no opposition.
I don't care.
I mean, I'm just asking because I don't want to make unilateral decisions for everybody. And it would be, like, in order. May would be it. Following along that track.
I choose Roblox.
Ooh, that's how you get the streaming views 5 years ago.
Right? Get the 150 viewers. I mean, they're all under the age of 12, but, whatever.
Oh no, I think this is a bigger map again.
Not that much bigger.
Okay. The bubbles just feel smaller.
Well, I think I think they might be a bit smaller, but looking at my range bubble, I think it's about the same size, or it's about the same size. Did I miss something about the Roblox thing?
No, it was just really popular a few years ago, and notorious for being popular with kids.
It still is
See, there you go.
for kids. This
I mean-
right here.
Not nearly as popular as it was. I mean, if I choose Fortnite, then I get everybody. But
Well, yeah. That's a
I
pretty sure-
refuse to play Fortnite.
I was gonna say, I think if you choose Fortnite, you're playing it alone.
I don't understand what the problem with Fortnite is. It's
I don't like it.
Epic.
I mean, it ruined a Star Wars movie, so it's got that going for it.
How did it ruin a Star Wars movie?
Oh, you didn't? Oh my!
They put an actual plot point of Palpatine returning in Fortnite instead of into the actual movie.
It was really
What
confusing.
fucking retard decided to do that?
Money!
It's really unclear as far as I can tell.
There's some other movie that I remember somebody was making fun of. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put some interesting scenes in like these YouTube videos," and they're like, "Well, what if people haven't seen that before they're watching the movie?" There's no way people wouldn't do that, would they?
I didn't know about that. I honestly don't really care about Fortnite one way or the other. I just don't really want to put the Epic launcher on my computer because I already have a bunch of launchers. And it's a really weird and probably pretty stupid line in the sand. But I also just don't have any like interest in Fortnite as a game.
I mean, if I'm gonna play Fortnite, I'd rather go and play
PUBG.
Apex Legends.
There is the one Battle Royale game that I still think sounds like fun, and that's Cuisine Royale.
Is that still up?
I think it might be.
Because
I haven't done any.
Totally Accurate Battlegrounds also sounds like a blast sometimes.
Yeah.
I haven't
Does that
actually
have-
gone and looked at it, but
Does that have
mainly
multiplayer?
Totally Accurate
Yeah.
Battlegrounds, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Most-
just.
Most of them, it's just like they're like 4-player game, like 4-player parties and whatnot, and obviously we have more than 4 people.
Yeah.
Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is not the same thing as the
I've
Totally
been
Accurate Battle
detected.
Simulator. Ed,
Ah,
All
okay.
stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
One shot and I can't steer anymore. Come on.
the Totally
I
Accurate
got lucky.
The Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, or no, sorry, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is based on the Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, like
Oh.
engine.
Fix that.
There's an island right there.
Over penetration.
I set him on fire before I left.
So you keep firing past me, and I'm like, do I have a secondary battery?
Yeah, my aim's just real bad right now, apparently. Whew.
I think I
love
need to
how-
go up
I love how
another level.
me and Tyler were just absolutely beating the snot out of Ed. And
I
Chris
mean,
is the
I
one
was
that
too.
killed him.
Well, I was taking
I was
fire from
shooting
all
all the
three. From all 3 of you.
Yeah, it seemed like the best tactic to gain up on you.
Yeah.
And we kind of
Well, I mainly
dropped on your
started-
flank.
I
Because you
ma-
guys
I
were
mainly-
focusing fire on, not the 2 of us.
I
You know,
mainly
the guy
started
that ran
shooting
into an island.
at Ed because he was stuck in the he ran into the island.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
I got 43 hits.
Oh,
We're switching
man.
up the teams.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it more so that not one person is constantly stuck, or one or 2 people isn't constantly stuck playing at the disadvantage. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here to have fun. So, and I know it's not necessarily fun to be on constantly at the disadvantaged side. So
It just reminds me of that one time I killed Zach with the rocket launcher. I was very much on the disadvantaged side, but that was so sweet.
And I think that's why having weapons like rocket launchers in video games is important.
It reminds me of the time that I killed Zach
the
repeatedly with a rocket launcher and a jetpack.
Operation Project Valkyrie?
Space mission.
have I mentioned before I hate rocket launchers?
Good times, good
About that
times.
whole day.
I mean, they are pretty important for a balancing perspective because they do give new players something to work with.
Yo.
Like, I mean, it was always derogatorily referred to as the noob tube. In Call of Duty, they had the underslung grenade launcher. But that's kind of the point.
You aim in a general direction and shoot and get 4 kills?
Well, you can't. It's an attempt to make it more of a balanced experience, so that new players can still kill experienced players.
But experienced
Except
players
for
will
that
likely
the
end up on top.
Yeah.
Especially since the experienced players use it to counteract the fact that inexperienced players are using it.
Yeah, that is the
Extra Credits actually had a really good episode on that back when they talked about game design and not history.
They still do talk about game design.
Do they? I feel like every time they show up in my feed, they're talking about history now.
Me too.
Well, I think they do. I know they do both actually.
Oh. Did you see that, Zach?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Who's being sloppy with their fire control?
What?
I have no idea
I
what
don't know
you're
what you're
talking
talking
about. I'm trying to
I
take down
kinda
this
wish-
enemy structure.
I kind of wish that they had continued the series that they did because they were initially talking about the something in one of the I think original Baldur's Gate. It was like this big dungeon. I remember they talked about. I know they did one relatively recently that I watched, where they were talking about more or less like problematic symbolism, more or less, in games. Ow. So like forcing players to play as the Nazis in World War II games without attaching any of the historical aspects to it.
That's a level 1 ship?
Probably a level 2.
Which one?
Oh no, one that just went by us.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
I'm on fire. Damn your thin skin. My rounds are going straight through. You're on your own, Tyler.
Here's hoping.
Well, I mean, I did rough them up quite a bit for you. Yeah, though you might be right, Ed. Although it also might be a situation where none of us are actually very good at the game, so...
Yeah.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
I mean, odds are probably pretty good that if...
I think if the one that's down a man is at a level 3, I think it would be about right.
We'll try that next time. I was gonna say, it might be a situation where, like, charging into the midst of everybody might be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
like,
that's
if
what
we
I
stayed
was.
at
I was
range-
actually gonna ask you while we were approaching them if we wanted to try to be a bit sneakier about it, because I think if we can isolate them a bit more, we might be able to take advantage of terrain.
Even if you manage to go 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, you're gonna take damage, and then you're into a 2-on. What's it called? Like a 2-on-2, but you've already taken damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Zach should go up to a level 3 if he's got it.
I do. I actually have a couple, but I'm going to steer clear of a couple of them because I think that might be a little bit shaky.
Yeah,
'cause-
short of the level 2, just cheesing torpedoes.
Because I have a couple of level 3 battleships, and I think that might throw things off a little bit.
Maybe.
Well, because without torpedoes, I don't know that three light cruisers can really do significant damage to the battleships. Especially because I think most of the starting ones don't include AP ammo.
No. I don't think I think AP ammo was added in level 2 ships as sort of gated tutorials.
Maybe. I just know that like the one that I think of is the Weymouth, which is the one I was using there, has AP ammunition and only AP ammunition.
Huh. Maybe. They definitely only have one type of ammunition per ship, though.
Well, the Weymouth is a level 2, so...
Oh. That'll do it.
I will admit, like when you're going up the tree, it's interesting to see how things change because you look at the original ones, or not the original ones, but like the lower tier ships, and it's basically like the broadside. They've got a bunch of guns on one side, and it isn't until like you hit level 3 where you start seeing actual turrets.
Yeah.
On the ships, like the big battleships have them, but you don't really see them on the destroyers and cruisers until later.
Yeah, either that or you just get, like, this is literally just a deck gun.
It is interesting how designs evolved as time progresses.
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid that the level 3 is just going to be, like, way too much.
That's the thing that I'm a little bit afraid of as well, is that the level 3 is just going to shred through.
I guess we're about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm hearing is focus fire Zach.
I mean, sound military tactics is take out the weaker one.
Also, a good tactic in JRPGs.
And pretty much anything where you're trying to deal with multiple targets at the same time.
Unless they actually implement something where damage decreases their combat effectiveness.
There's a flying boat over there.
Oh, you found me out.
Not a flying boat, a flying boat.
Oh, I see that. That's cool.
No. Wait, what?
Over above the island. It's just part of the scenery, I think.
Yeah, it's turning very strangely over there. Yeah, they have,
Is this the cove at the end of Moana?
What?
There's a big old face in the rocks.
Tafiti?
Oh, cool! I hadn't noticed that.
Huh.
You found Tafiti?
Maybe? Yep. Off my port, Zach.
I see that.
Farther away than I thought he was.
Question is, where is that gonna pop up?
There he is. Oh, no, that's still Tyler. There he is.
Uh-oh. Oh, just missed him.
Ooh, that hurt.
Just that brief exchange.
I'm at 50%. Anybody else take damage out of that, or just me?
I took a little bit.
They're taking the base.
This music is skewing weirdly close to Jaws right now.
I actually have the music turned down so far I can't hear it. Where are
I
they?
feel like
Hold on.
I should be able to see them from here.
I'm screwed. I'm gonna come around this corner and basically ram head
Okay, it
first
looks
into
like they've
him.
left our base, so
Oh, definitely have. That's why I'm afraid of turning this corner.
they wouldn't set up an ambush for us. Oh, I've been spotted. Oh god, they're behind us.
This is exactly what I hoped would happen by doing this.
The ship is on fire.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I was using
Must have hit-
Tyler's corpse as a shield, the coward.
Let's hit your citadel.
Ouch.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Oh, that
It's
wasn't
okay,
too
we've
bad.
done no damage to him.
Not true.
Okay, well, I'm dead.
So it looks like the 3 might be too much.
To be fair, though, on that one, me and Tyler actually used tactics to actually jump you.
Yep.
I mean, even then, like, I've hit you a fair amount of times. All penetration. You're just doing so much more damage.
It's because of the amount of guns. Because I've got 5 guns to a broadside.
Just curious, how much health do you have?
Right now, I have 9,800.
No, total.
1,800 or 18,000. Sorry.
Yeah, no way I'm winning here.
Yeah, that's more than 3 of my ship combined.
Okay, so yeah, the level 3 is too high. Man, there's just such a huge jump there between the level 2 and the level 3.
There really is.
Because like I'm looking like a level 2's got like 8 survivability, and then a level 3's got like 32.
Let's see, the Weymouth has a survivability of 22. The Kolberg, which is what I was using, has a survivability of 22.
As opposed to a level 1 that has a survivability of 4.
The kicker, though, I think is no, actually, according to this, man, these things are just wrong, I think. Because this one is saying the Kolberg has an artillery rating of 16, whereas the Weymouth, a level 2, has an artillery rating of 18.
Huh.
Yeah, but the health is a major difference, too.
I might sprinkle in a level 2 just to see if that evens things out a little.
I mean, maybe it's... I mean, the game itself isn't designed to have
Mixed.
uneven teams to begin
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them are, really. Like, most of these team-based games are designed to have even teams.
Yeah, but if it was one of those things, if they had designed it where you have like 2 level 1s equals a level 2 in both like health and DPS or similar,
Oh, this might get a little tricky. Two 2s and a 1 versus a 3 and a 1.
I still feel the 3 dominates us, because my 2 is a low end 2.
Well, I mean, how much HP do you have?
15?
16.
Yeah, I have 18. I don't have that much more health than you.
Yeah, but I only have 4 guns as well.
I have 6 guns, but 2 of them are fixed put to port and 2 of them are fixed to starboard, so...
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, I guess technically I have 12 guns. But it's 6 on each side.
Like, okay, so like my broadside is 4. If I get them all to line up.
My broadside is 3.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the earlier ships they have like 3 guns in the front, so one can't spin around to the other side.
Yeah. That's just to encourage ramming.
I wonder if the reason why they designed the ships like that was because of the tactic during, the Age of Sail, where you try and cross over the T, so the enemy couldn't bring their broadside to bear on you.
So it's sort of a rock, paper, scissors. I've got a stronger T, he's got a stronger broadside.
Or more along the lines of, I know they're going to try and cross the T in order to get around the broadside, so we're going to put what is effectively our broadside in the front, so if they do that, it doesn't matter.
And then everybody realizes, oh, all the strong guns are at the front, so we need to stop doing that. And they just sort of a slow progression as they build ships.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what caused it. I mean, I'm not a naval historian. It's just one of those things that I found interesting. It could
Yeah,
also
but
just
I
be a
didn't
situation where they were like, we can put this bigger gun on here. Well, where can we put it? We can't put it on the broadside because the ship is too narrow. So let's just put them on the front so we can put more gun.
Plus, even with some of those end of the war ships, they were pushing the limits of what physics would let them put on a gun that shot broadside with those turrets.
Yeah, and I know that some of them later on in, like at least the beginning of like World War II, some of the cruisers that they were building, they basically didn't have a rear gun because that was taken up by the seaplane catapult.
Yeah. I spotted
Off
them.
the port. I don't know if we want to try to engage him there. Oh, I'm pincered.
I haven't hit you one. There we go.
Critical engine damage. I totally misread where you were going with that.
Ow.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, my main turret is incapacitated.
Ship is on fire.
Man, I'm having so many shells just bounce off.
Oh, and that's about to be the end of me.
Ship is on fire. Critical engine damage.
I should have just kept going around the island. Took too long trying to do the U-turn.
Ow!
I've been
Hello.
avenged.
I am now a very full boy. Full of cheesy chicken and applesauce.
Sounds pretty good.
I don't know that that sounds good together, though.
Yeah, I
That
can
sounds
see
kind
it.
of German.
It's it's what my dad can have because he's having his colonoscopy. Bleh. I think his colons get checked in on Wednesday.
Uh,
The food's gonna get
That's
progressively blander.
Did people at least put a lot of holes in Zach before he sank them?
Not really. He kept
Fair ram me.
damaging all my turrets, so I literally had one turret I could shoot at him.
nice shot, Ed.
Thank you. Oh, secondary armament destroyed.
You had a secondary armament?
Not anymore. Switching to the other side, where I still have guns.
And an island right in front of you.
This is surprisingly close. think Zach's got it, but only just barely.
Oof.
I had like 600 life left.
Yeah, and I got a volley off right as I died, so that was close. That was close.
It was close, but it wouldn't have been nearly as close if me and Tyler hadn't been able to gang up on Chris.
Yeah, that was helpful, I think.
And then Kevin actually put a lot of dents in me before we engaged you. So Chris, do you want to try being the Juggernaut?
Sure, why not? So are we doing the same thing where you guys have a 4, a 3, and then the 2 ones?
If you want to get a little bit bigger than that, Ed, you can. No, I actually know that one. That one's pretty big. The Murmansk?
Yes, sir.
He's a Soviet.
Action stations.
My light cruiser will assist.
Oh, that's all the farther forward those go? Well, I've got 5 guns on my bow, but I can't bring them all to fire dead ahead.
That is very weird.
Yeah, so they don't quite overlap properly.
What the hell? So I have 3 guns that point forward, but I have 4 guns in the front. One gun is directly behind the other one.
Broadside only.
Yeah, apparently. I was just looking at it and I'm like, why exactly is that one saying that I can't shoot it? You know what I really wish would be available is the...
There he is.
I wish you could get Battlefield 2
All
still,
stations,
because Battlefield
reporting
2 was
position
actually a
of a
really fun
strategic
game.
target.
How about the feature one, whatever it's called?
That was 2142, but it was based off of, like, a lot of the things that it did, like with the commander and whatnot, that was actually out of Battlefield 2. And that was one of my favorite parts about Battlefield 2, is the fact that you could have that guy who's the commander, so people would contact him and be like, I need artillery, and you could be like, okay, I dispatch artillery. It was definitely one of those things where if you had somebody who was good in that role, it showed. I think I'm firing short.
He's gonna catch that volley.
That was a little close. Pretty sure my rear deck crew got drenched from that shot.
island. Oh, I should avoid crashing into an island. Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
I scored a hit to the Citadel. I think he's chasing me, guys.
Keep it up. Keep it up. It's kind of working. Ah, torpedoes. Where did those come from?
Oh, I hit a Citadel again. And again. Apparently that ship is a very vulnerable Citadel, Chris. Did you almost run into my torpedoes, Ed?
No, they were red, so...
Oh, does the Murmansk have torpedoes, Chris? He is muted, apparently.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I was, and yes, yes, it does.
That's a
Taking one of you with me. Sorry, Tyler.
That's
That's a
okay.
little-
I deserved it.
I mean, that's a battleship, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, you're right. That's a cruiser.
Yeah, I managed
And
to
it's
make...
not upgraded. It's not upgraded at all. So
Yeah, I think,
I managed to,
I think Scharnhorst in this game actually carries torpedoes for some reason, and I couldn't tell you why. That seems kind of silly to me.
yeah, I managed to dodge all but one of the torpedoes.
I'm actually surprised I hit you with any of them.
Well, they didn't show up until they were right on top of me for
Well, that's
some
one
reason.
of the reasons why they're so dangerous, is because it takes so long for them to appear.
Yeah. So I managed to go in, and the thing was, I had just put out a fire that you set me on, so my damage control wasn't up either. So it came back up just as I was about to run out of health.
I don't know if it's the case with this game, but I think if you slow down, you actually take less damage from flooding.
Huh.
I'd have to double check. But it would make sense.
Are we doing another one, or are we calling it there?
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to call it here?
I'm good with calling it.
Go either way.
All right, so we'll go ahead and call it here in that case, because it is after 9.
Yep.
Works for me.
That was fun. I like that game. I wish I had
Yeah.
better ships.
Well, I think that's one thing we, kind of got locked into, because obviously me, Ed, and Tyler, not Tyler, sorry, Chris had played it more, so we had access to more ships and more available stuff, whereas you guys were kind of locked into playing those first 3, which isn't great. So for May, we'll have Chris decide, I guess.